One of the most common technical areas that I see players struggling with and then I work on in sessions is creating a neutral pivot with their body during the stroke. Now, if your pivot's not neutral, you're going to have some tendencies to either get your path or your putter face moving too far left or too far right, face being too shut, face being too open. It can impact your start line, and then that can start to unravel into not allowing you to have great feedback on your green reading, making pace control harder to manage and all sorts of stuff. So using your body properly, creating a really neutral pivot is a great way of stabilising a lot of the factors within your stroke that can have a big impact on your performance. So the kind of things I might typically see there would be the head moving around too much. That can cause the shoulders to be moving too much up and down, or I might even see the shoulders just turning too much around the torso here. And really the ideal pivot would be a combination of both of those movements. I think the term rocking the shoulders can sometimes be difficult because it implies an up and down movement. And in reality, there's a movement that's up and it's also around. So a simple way you can test that for yourself at home if you're making a nice neutral pivot and what that feels like would be to pop an alignment stick down on the floor with a golf ball positioned just outside it. I'll pop my putter down here and grab a second alignment stick, and as I come into my address position here, I'm going to set this stick on my shoulders, take what feels like my address posture, try and get those two sticks fairly parallel to each other. And then as I'm looking down here, I'm just going to rehearse what my body motion might feel like. So I'm looking there and I can see in my right eye here, or you might see on this left eye, I can see the stick here is now pointing down towards the floor and it's come forwards. So it hasn't just moved down and it hasn't just moved forwards, it's somewhere in between the two. Then in the through swing, I'm going to repeat that motion. So I can see this left side of my stick now by my left shoulder here has both moved up and around. So if I'm looking at that from above there, the stick isn't just moving around and it isn't just moving up and down, it's a little bit in between those two motions. That's what creates an arc, and it creates a symmetry to your path, which can help to stabilise the club face and then stabilise the path during the stroke. So maybe once I've rehearsed that a few times there, just trying to create that sensation of what it would feel like to move my shoulders up and around with a symmetry during the backswing and the through swing. I could pop my stick down, putter back into my hands, and with that feeling fresh there, I'm just going to really concentrate on the sensation in my torso. So it's right shoulder up, left shoulder up and around. I can feel I've started my ball quite nicely down my start line there. I can feel my pivot felt fairly solid. I can feel my sternum and my head stayed fairly still in the middle. And I think that's a great way, as I said, of using your torso more, taking the hands and arms out of the stroke, giving you more consistency over your start line, over your strike, which will help your speed. I think all those things combined together can only help you to start more putts online at the right pace. So give that a really simple go. Pay attention to how that stick's pivoting when you move. Try and look at how that then happens when you make a stroke, and I think that could really help you putting next time you're out on the course.